Very good morning, students. So in this video lecture, we'll continue with the program and network properties. So in the last video, we have seen the conditions of parallelisms. Then in this video, we are going to learn about the problem partitioning and scheduling. So next, we'll be seeing the program flow mechanism in another video. Then system interconnect architectures. So in this video, we'll understand the problem partitioning and scheduling here. So before going into the problem of partitioning and scheduling, so this section introduce the basic definitions of computational granularity or level of parallelism in programs. So first, we need to understand the grain size and latency. So what is this grain sizes? Grain size or granularity is a measure of the amount of computations involved in software process. So this is the uh, amount of computations which are involved in the programs or the software processes here. Then grain size determines the basic program segments chosen for the parallel processing. So this indicates the segments which are present in the program which are chosen for the parallel processing here. Then grain sizes are commonly described as fine, medium or coarse depending on the processing level involved. Latency. So latency is a time measured of the communication overhead between machine subsystems here. So this is the time which measures the communication overhead between the machine subsystems here. For example, the memory latency required by a processor to access the memory here. So this is the measurement of the memory or the latency required by a processor to access the memory, right? So how much time or the time measured for to get the data from the memory here. The time required for two processes to synchronize with each other is called as a synchronization latency here. Parallelism has been shown at various processing levels. So as shown in this below figure. So this figure shows the levels of parallelism in program execution on modern computers. At the low level, a typical grain contains less than 20 instructions. So level 1 is the instructions or statements used in a programs. Then a level 2, this is non-recursive loops, okay, or unfolded iterations. So if any loops or non-recursive loops or iterations are used in the program, so they will fall into the fine grains here. So level 1, this is instructions which are used in the programs or the statements. Level 2, the loops or the iterations here. Then a level 3, so if procedures or the subroutines which are used in the program, okay, or the task or coroutines. Then level 4, the subprograms, functions, for example, functions. Then job steps or related program parts of the program. So they will fall into what? The medium grain here. Then level 5, that is the job programs. So that will fall into the coarse grain here. Okay. So this graph or this level is from the highest degree of parallelism here. Okay. So this is the diagram which shows the level of parallelism in program execution here. So if the instructions or the statements are involving in parallelism, okay, if instructions or statements are involved in parallelism, then those will fall into the level 1 parallelism here. Okay. If suppose non-recursive or loops or unfolded iterations are used in the programs or they are used for the parallelism, okay, then they will fall into the level 2. Then procedures, subroutines or coroutines for parallelism, so they will fall into the level 3. Then subprograms, then steps or related parts of the program, right? So they will fall into the level 4 level of parallelism in program execution here, right? Then level 5, which is of jobs or programs. Okay, let us consider an example to understand the basic concepts of program partitioning here. Okay, so the green packing and scheduling. So under this, we'll see the program partitioning, right? So how we are going to divide the programs. So as you can see in this example, we use the variables from A to Q. Okay, so these are the variables A to Q. So there are 17 statements. Okay, there are 17 statements over here. So node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are memory reference, that is the data fetch operations, right? Why? Because we are assigning the value into the variables here, right? So they are the data fetch operations. Each takes 1 cycle to address and 6 cycles to fetch from memory here. Okay. All the remaining nodes from 7 to 17 are CPU operations, each requiring 2 cycles to complete. After packing, the coarse grain nodes have larger grain size ranging from 4 to 8, as we'll see in the next figure. So the following figure shows the program partitioning and scheduling here. So we are going to divide the program into the partitions here, right? So how we are going to divide the program into partitions? So in here figure A indicates the fine grain program graph before packing. Then figure B indicates the coarse grain program graph after packing here. Okay. So now we are going to divide or partitioning the program. Okay. So the first 6 statements, so which indicates what? The memory reference or the data fetch operations, right? So the first 6 statements here. So I will divide these 6 statements, or I will group the 6 statements into one group. Okay, so that is group A. So here you can see the group A. Then likewise group B. Then I will have then group C. Then group D. Then I will have the group E here. Right. So this is how we can partition or we can divide the program into the partitions here. Okay. So now each node is denoted by the pair of n comma s. So each node is denoted by the pair of n comma s. So where n is the node name and s is the grain size here. Okay. So for example, so for the first statement, that is A is equal to 1, right? So the node ID is 1. I'll consider the ID is 1, right? And the grain size is 1 here, right? So what is grain size here? So the segments which are involved in that statement. So one segment is involved in this statement. So hence the grain size is 1 here. So I can denote this node as 1 comma 1. Got my point? Okay. So the first node, as you can see here, so the first node is denoted as 1 comma 1. So likewise for the second statement, so this is the second statement and the ID is 2 here and the grain size is what? 1. So the number of segments involved in this segment is 1 here. So hence I will consider the grain size is 1. Then for likewise for node 3, so the node ID is 3, then the grain size is what? 1. Okay, so I can indicate this node as what? 3 comma 1 here. Got my point? So likewise for if I consider the 15th node, okay, ID, so then it is represented as what? 15 comma, yes, tell me, it is of 2 because 2 segments are involved in this statements, that is one is n and another one is the I here. So in this example, the first six statements are the data fetch instructions, right? Then the remaining statements from 7 to 17 are CPU operations, and each requiring 2 cycles to complete here. Okay, so in the first figure, that is fine grain program graphs before packing. Okay, so before packing, in the sense what we are going to partitioning, or we are going to divide the programs into groups or the segments here. So here we are partitioning as A, B, C, D, E, right? Then, so as you can see, and another one, the edges, right? Edges, so which can be denoted as V comma D here. So edges, which is denoted or labeled as V comma D. So where V stands for the variable V from the source node to the input variable to the destination node here. Okay, and the communication delay, that is indicated by the D here. Okay, suppose if I want to execute the statement 17, right, 17, then it is dependent on the statement 7, as well as the 7 is dependent on the 1 and 2 here. Getting my point? This is the edges. So edges here, that is indicated by G comma 4. Sorry for the image quality. Okay, please excuse me. So this edges is denoted by the G comma 4. Then figure B shows the coarse grain program graph after packing here. So first we are going to fine grain program graph before packing. Then we are making those fine grains into the coarse grains here. Okay. So as we can see that node A, so here node A, so that is denoted by the A comma 8. So it is obtained by combining the node 1. Okay, so this is group A. As you can see in this figure, this is the group A, right? So this is the group A. So this is the this node is obtained by combining the node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5, node 6 and node 11 here. Okay, and 8. So A is the group name and 8 is the grain size involved here. Okay, of the node A, and it is a summation of all the grain sizes here. So if I consider the node 1, so the grain size is 1, node 2 the grain size is 1, then 3 1, 4 1, 5 1, 6 1 and 11 is 2. Okay, so if I have the sum of these nodes, I'll get as what, the 8 here, right? So this is the sum of the summation of the all grain sizes, which is shown in this coarse grains here. Okay, so fine grain programs, so which divides or partitioning the program into the fine grains. Then we are going to pack, that means we are these uh, nodes which are given for the parallelisms here. Likewise for node B. Okay, so B is the group, then the grain size is 4, so 2 plus 2 I'll get as what, the 4 here. Okay, so it is indicated as B comma 4. So likewise for the coarse grain, that is C, then D, then E here. Okay, thank you for watching this video.